Welcome to my Mommy Makeover journey. This video is part 1 of a whole series of Mommy Makeover videos. This video is the before surgery video. Enjoy. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this series of videos, I'm going to be talking about my journey and process with doing a mommy makeover. I noticed a couple of years ago when I was first looking into doing mommy makeover, I wasn't really finding what I wanted to find on the internet. I would find a lot of doctors talking about what the actual procedures involve and pricing and recovery and all of that, which is great, and I needed to know that information. But I personally wanted to see the journeys of the women that have gone through this experience and just the nitty-gritty, like real honest-to-God truth. So I wasn't really finding what I needed, so I figured I would go ahead and document this entire process and upload it so that if this video or my following videos can help anybody with the questions they might have, then that's awesome. So let's go ahead and start off with what is a mommy makeover. First of all, for me personally, what this mommy makeover is going to include is going to be a tummy tuck to fix my loose and stretched out skin that has not gone back. It's also going to be including a abdominal wall repair, which is very important, and as well as a breast lift, augmentation, and some liposuction in my love handles and back. A lot of people have been asking me, well, why do you want to get a mommy makeover? For me personally, the reason is there's so many reasons. First of all, I have thought about doing this for 3 years. 3 years. This isn't a decision that I just hastily made like one night and I'm just like, all right, let's do it. This is something that I've actually been thinking about and looking into for 3 years now. This year I turned 40 years old and me and my husband are done having children. And I figure since, that shop is closed and my stomach is never going to be expanding again, that it's probably a great time to go ahead and fix my stomach. One of my major passions in life is actually diet and exercise. And in this 3 years that I've been thinking about it, I have maintained a healthy weight. But unfortunately, some things with just diet and exercise don't go back to the way that maybe they once were. Now, no, I'm not expecting to have like my 20-year-old something body. I want to have my body now, but I want it to be stronger, and I don't want to have this excess skin to constantly worry about, oh, is it falling out of my pants? Is it hanging over my pants? Is it sticking out in my leggings? I just want it to be gone. There is no amount of exercise that I can do, and I have tried to get my rectus abdominis muscles to go back. Something that I found that really drives me crazy is you will hear people or see people on Instagram or social media or online claiming that their service or they found the secret or the key to making your muscles go back into place. But if you actually talk to a doctor or you get like semi-educated about the human body, you will understand that the muscles actually cannot just go back into place. No matter how many crunches, abdominal core strengthening exercises you try to do, myofascial release, whatever, this, that, the next thing. So basically what this entails is they're going to go ahead and they're going to make a incision from hip to hip, very low. Think about like where a C-section scar is, about that low. Then they're going to go ahead and open up the layers of my skin. Sorry if you're squeamish, but I'm going to go ahead and just tell you the whole process. Feel free to skip ahead if this is gross. They're going to go ahead and lift up all the layers of my skin, and they're going to pull it back, and they're going to go ahead and they're going to see just how far my rectus abdominis muscles have been stretched. They will then make some lines so they know exactly where to go ahead and suture it up. And then they will go ahead and they will basically build me an inner corset. It's always this lower little part that it just doesn't do anything. Nothing. It's just ugly to me. So they're going to go ahead and cut that off, and then they're going to sew this upper layer back to the bottom layer. Now, if you have stretch marks, like really bad stretch marks, and they're just all over your skin, you're still gonna have some stretch marks. They can't cut off all of your skin. So I will probably have like a few stretch marks, but one thing that I was really lucky about is I didn't actually get too many to begin with during my 3 pregnancies. And also, one thing that I forgot, they're going to go ahead and give me a new hole for my belly button, and they're gonna go ahead and put it in so I'll have a new, like, cute little belly button. My doctor calls it the Wendy Wong belly button special, so I'm pretty excited about that, because sometimes online I'll see like pictures of, you know, before and afters, and their afters of their belly button are just like these tiny little slits, and it's just like, oh, that's sad. So that's all about my tummy tuck, and let me go ahead and show you my before of my stomach. I know they are dying to see this. My upper abs, and then I've got this. So literally, this is excess skin, again, from my 3 pregnancies. I'm always super self-conscious about it, and I just don't like it. It's like uncomfortable. So, and then we're gonna go ahead and get some liposuction in this area to kind of go ahead and give me that more hourglass figure like this. So that's the before of my actual stomach. Now let's get into the breasts. Now, I have been fortunate enough to not have like excessively saggy boobs. I did nurse my last 2 babies, and I nursed them for a year to almost 2 years. And I do feel like it could be a lot worse, but since I'm already going in there and doing the stomach, I figure, well, I might as well fix everything now as opposed to like making it separate procedures. Plus, if I do all these procedures at once, I'm actually saving money with like the anesthesiologist, the surgery center fee, all of it. They're gonna go ahead and give me a lift. Basically, okay, I might not be explaining this right. She's gonna make an incision right around my areola. And that scar, no one will ever notice once it heals, because your areola is like dark compared to the rest of your skin anyway. So they're going to make an incision right around the areola, and then they're going to do something where they like lift the skin up and suture it all back together, so where it's like, hey girl, hey, we're like hi now. So, and then with that, I wanted to have a little oomph, because I feel like after nursing my 2 last kids that my boobs are a little saggy, a little sad, and a little deflated. So I've always been about a small B, but when I was nursing them, I was probably like a double D. They just really expanded, very big, very large. And so once all the milk was gone and everything, they kind of just shrunk back up into a small sad B. And yes, I know they could be a lot worse. But anyway, so they're gonna go ahead and do the lift, and then at the same time, I'm going to get a augmentation. Now, I love to exercise and run and be active, so I definitely don't want to go like too big, but the size that my doctor and I have decided on is a 365cc high profile gummy bear implant. She's going to be inserting these underneath the pectoralis major muscle so that it looks more natural. Sometimes if your implants are sitting on top of the muscle wall, it's kind of like, oh, here's your skin, and then like, oh, hey girl, you've had a boob job. It's like very obvious. Whereas opposed, if you put it underneath your pectoralis major muscle, it's like that gradual kind of like nice, more natural, I guess, look. So those are the procedures that I'm going to be having for my mommy makeover, and I'm incredibly excited. During these 3 years, I spent a lot of time researching different doctors in the area, but there was always one doctor that always stood out to me for a whole bunch of different reasons. I first came across her on Instagram, which might sound funny to you all, but she posts wonderful Instagram stories all the time about befores and afters, and she doesn't post people's faces, just, you know, their body with their consent. Just how like life-changing some of these procedures are. I mean, she is doing some tummy tucks and different various procedures where like people are getting rid of like 9 pounds of extra skin. I mean, think about how life-changing that is to just get rid of 9 pounds of extra skin. Now, I probably won't have 9 pounds, but like every time I see one of her Instagram stories with one of these procedures, I get so excited for these women. The doctor that I'm having doing this procedure is Dr. Wendy Wong, and I live in Monterey, California. She is a board certified doctor, so you always want to make sure that you go with a board certified doctor. So you're not just getting like a backdoor doctor that, you know, was like, I don't know, an eye doctor, but then they decided to start doing plastic surgery. I mean, think about it. That's like pretty scary. You want somebody that knows their shit, that spent the time doing the work, getting educated, knowing what to do. You don't want somebody that's just thinking they know what to do. So, Dr. Wendy Wong in Monterey, California, she's going to be doing my wonderful Mommy Makeover. I am beyond excited. I feel extremely comfortable with her. I have no worries about having a female doctor when you are female, and she's also a mom, and so I feel like she can really understand, you know, what I'm feeling and what I'm going through. And she's very sensitive to, like, you know, people's concerns and feelings and emotions, and that's something that really stands out to me. So another question that a lot of people have been asking me is cost. What is the cost? So I'll go ahead and share the cost. Now, this is just the cost for me that I'm paying, but you know, if you go at a different time of year or you get some different procedures, your cost might be a little bit less or a little bit more. So one thing to keep in mind is it's usually great in life when you find good deals and you get a good sale item, but there's certain things in life that you really can't put a price on, and that maybe you might want to consider spending a little bit more money on. So the cost for my overall procedure, which is all inclusive of my doctor, the implants, the surgery center, the anesthesiologist, my pre-op visits, my post-op visits, my just basically everything. It's all inclusive. The grand total is $18,806. Some of you might be getting like sticker shock right now. I had a couple of people say, well, don't you really care about what people think, and why are you going to share your experience? And let me just tell you, something that I learned like a long time ago, not that long ago, okay? Like 5 years ago, maybe 5 years, maybe a little less actually, is in life, you're always gonna have people that are just negative. You're always gonna have people that are like, oh, must be nice. You're always gonna have people that just have something negative to say. And the best thing you can do is just do you and not care. So at 40 years old, honestly, I don't care what anybody thinks of me. I'm doing this for myself, literally no one else. Just myself. I hope that any of you that have watched this video and you're feeling more inspired now to actually do this, just know that I will support you 1,000%. I am all about self-love and doing whatever it is that makes you feel good. And if that includes even like getting a full facelift or whatever you want to do, whatever you do to make yourself feel good and to be your best version of yourself, I say do it. Those things in life are priceless. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you have any more questions or anything, go ahead and put them down in the comments. Make sure you like and hit the notification bell and subscribe. All right. I will also be documenting my follow-ups. This is the first of the series of the Mommy Makeover videos. By the time I've uploaded this, I've actually already had the procedure. So just stay tuned for the rest. Thank you.
Stay tuned for the follow-up video and my after results.